Welcome to Amazing Fantasy Comics, Diamond Comics in the Rough. This week's feature is July 17th shipment, and I just want to say that Diamond does some very good boxes, which is good because this is what happens when they get put on the pellet. The supplies are always in great shape. You know, the backing boards are like the one item that can usually take a good beating. Little things, nothing major. It's just the comics always seem to end up with the worst of it, and hopefully there won't be too much interior damage. Okay, here's the outer container opened up, and then what do we see on top? I sure hope this is a bonus copy and not one of the ones that I paid for, but I have a feeling it is one I paid for. Yep, it's a replacement. Here's our Robotech damage replacements from last week. We're accepting all these. I just wanted to let it be shown that we don't reject every bit of phlegm or every bit of damage. All the backs on these are pretty nasty, but you know, 2 tries out, and these are much better than the shipping damage, packing damage from last week. Congratulations and kudos where kudos is due. This big pile of damage replacements did not have 25, 30, 35% damage error. As a matter of fact, I think there is only one. I will double check it, but out of that pile, 1 damage. That is the best Diamond has ever done that I can remember on a stack that big that was direct ship replacement. So there is hope. There is hope. And the IDW printing flaws continue. Week after week, it looks like all of their copies were folded. Look at that, from the printer straight off. And they're not in the same spot, so it's not like you can say consistent printing error. And when I call these in and get replacements, I may or may not get replacements that have that. But if I call it in again, I will eventually get copies that don't have that. So can we go ahead and just stop sending those, IDW? My God. We did get a near mint retailer incentive B copy on Ragnarok, and I thought that was worth pointing out. Absolutely sharp and flawless. Yes, I put it into a Mylar and bag right away. Not IDW, but I recommend they think about doing something to that effect with their 1 per 10, 1 per 25, 1 per 50s. Every copy of Giant Size X-Men 1, these are the nice ones. The rest, every one of these, $4.99 recreations of a story that you could read anywhere, but the idea is you want a collectible package that looks like the original. But the original didn't have a knife cut in the top corner. And I'm sure that's just printer, because it's been very consistent for Marvel. Ridiculous. Look at them. They look like knife cuts. They're so deep. Even the best of them is bad because it has more of them. You know, you have to consider the fact these are physical copies, Diamond and IDW. If you don't care about the collectible condition, then we will have to switch to digital. Everybody will. There will be no reason for multiple covers. There will be no physical market if we stop caring. Give a damn. Please. If Marvel can produce this slick of a cover without damages and printing flaws, IDW, you can do it. And Marvel, you can do it on the rest of your books too. Yeah, there's a couple of corner things on these, but I'll take these. And it's sad that I can't just say, look, my customers want near mint plus. I do have to accept certain evils. These look great to me. You've really diminished my expectations, Marvel and Diamond. Also, Titan used to be one of the big ripple fold companies like IDW's having, and they seem to have straightened out their problems, so it's solvable. Let's do it, IDW. If it seems like I'm on IDW's case quite a bit, I am. They are really pissing me off. They can do it. Look, the RI cover's perfect. Nothing wrong. No printing folds, no splotches. Why can't they get every book that they publish like that? Sure, you're not going to get 100%. How about 85% instead of 60%? 85 is not acceptable, but it would sure be a heck of a lot better than what we're getting. Today is our first time out of 6 issues that Robin Hood Outlaw is in acceptable condition. Yeah, there's a spine ding, and yeah, there's a little handling problem, but it doesn't have the sneeze phlegm, and it doesn't have the diamond complete fold or boxing problem. It was worth noting. First time in 6 months. Free, yes. $4, no. That is not something somebody's going to pay when there are copies that are like that. This one. That one, not so good. That's really, and come on, guys. $5, not even $4. It's $4.99. Ship every copy, see if they notice. I mean, I thought it was pretty freaking obvious just from sitting there that this cover is torn away from the spine. Well, that's okay because it's only $25, so my customers don't mind just throwing money out the door for disposable goods, like a hardcover. 2 items in this box, so of course the right way to pack it would be big one first, some kind of protection, then this. That's obvious, you know, you'd use paper to go around the edge. But instead, the way they packed it was this damaged book first, this directly on top of it, and then all of this paper on the top of it. Waste. IDW replacement copy for a 1 per 10. That is so sold out, we didn't even receive our full 10 copies of the first printing. Whatever happened with that? Still haven't gotten an answer. I know there's going to be a second printing, but my retailer incentive collector that buys the 10 common covers to make sure he gets it, why would he want that? He doesn't. We'll try again. Our third try at a not phlegm copy has failed once again. The phlegms just get worse and worse with Xenoscope. Phlegmoscope is what I'm going to have to start calling them if they don't quit sneezing on their comics before sending them to us. Okay, kids, the way to collect near mint comics is to avoid the company IDW. 3rd replacements on these. I've had it. Our 5th or 6th try at Sonic RI16, and we're taking this less than near mint plus copy. Hey IDW, these are brand new G.I. Joes that you are sending out with not only ripples, but creases in the spine from the printer. That's not diamond. I don't know what they're supposed to do if you only make garbage. I'm pretty much going to cut you guys off the shelf if you don't make some corrections in the next 2 months or less. Have I mentioned that IDW is the worst? Look at this crap. All 4 issues of Ghost Tree. How is there no quality control? First issue goes out, let's ignore it. Second issue goes out, let's ignore it. Good luck with that business plan. After 3 tries, they finally got it right. The second printing of Superman Leviathan. Thick, armored, indestructible. Well, the last 2 shipments weren't indestructible. We received them completely folded and rolled, bent up, misshipped, mispacked. They finally got it. Give them credit on their 3rd try. Of course, the book's been out for 2 months, but hey. And our other favorite violator of the printing phlegm. Wouldn't you want this collectible copy with sneeze all over it? Everywhere you look on this thing, it's just so disgusting. I know it's just printing flaws, but it really does look like somebody got very excited when they saw this tacky cover. Okay, packing was pretty good up until this box. So here we have completely mispacked one side, not on the other. Puts all the pressure on these, causing all of this entire column to ripple and bend. Well, we don't know what's going on with these, but that's not very good either when you let the spines do something like this against the divider. Idiot. I would like to watch this person run his job for an hour, and then, you know, maybe we could do something like make it work for everybody or get him the hell out of there, because this is ridiculous. Quick shout out, our first time in 21 issues that we did not receive a damaged Immortal Hulk. Our numbers have shrank because of the amount of shortages and crap copies they've given us. But hey, if we can continue this trend, maybe our sales will pick up on it. Remember all that packing paper from the earlier box? Seems to be missing in action now, where you could really use it on top of this pile here. Any packing paper, if you're going to set this on top, would have been great. Or maybe not a double reinforced divider to make sure that that doesn't flatten out. Let me show you. Here's how you do this. Here is how you do this. One-handed, I'm going to show you. Like that, fold. If I had two hands, I'd make the crease first. You fold. See how that sits flat? Then you go like that. Look at it. How simple was that? Already, spine straight. I would call this episode IDW, but I think every one of these episodes concerning damages and printing defects and don't give a fucks could be called that. So IDW just seems to have consistent problems that I can't believe collectors near their printing plant would accept or like. I don't understand why they don't give a damn. They better start. Okay, everything unpacked. Here is the main shipment. Here are the damage replacements from the last week or two. Look at the proportion. That many books compared to a big shipment. You know, what are you supposed to do? This kind of margin of error you're supposed to just operate around? How many businesses can do, what, 20% error rate and get by with it? Well, comic guys are a pretty hardy breed apparently, because we keep doing it, or at least about 2,200 of us. Spoke too soon about the Immortal Hulk. We were actually not damaged, but short 2 copies. So yeah, consistently every issue has been screwed on that. Another thing that happens from time to time is massive overpulls. So Black Science looks like I got 20 extra copies. Poor store that's missing those. Captain Marvel 8 Carnage, looks like I got 7 extra of those. Fair Lady, extra 6 of those. That's gonna be harsh for some poor store that's missing these. I assume they're pulled from somebody else's. A couple other minor overages that we'll call in. Big one here, Gideon Falls, over by 9, 2 of which are damaged. Immortal Hulk, we already talked about that. That was shorted. Thank you, I have 1 going out. The big one is Justice League, an extra 26 copies. Some stores probably without that today. Orville, 24 extra copies. Come on. Yeah, Ragnarok, 7 of our 25 were damaged. Let's see. Rumble, I didn't need an extra 8 copies, some of which are damaged, of course. Hey, if you're going to damage copies, they might as well be the ones that weren't even meant to be mine. Hey, I like this one. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, plus 16 on the variant. Yeah. All 9 of our Usagi's were damaged. IDW, thank you for not being able to print comics correctly. This one's big, Vampirella number 1. We got 7 of the incentive cover. I don't even know how to identify it because it doesn't have a cover D, E, F, whatever. So I'll have to figure that out. There's a real big one. Where's the Uncanny X-Men? Let's see. Oh yeah, Uncanny X-Men. How about an extra 32 copies? So I get to pay postage on that. I get to track those extra copies. And I get to ship them back to Diamond when a call tag finally comes for it. Yay, more stuff to do at work. This represents the amount of books that weren't ours that were included with my shipment. So not only did I have to count and compile all these, but I had to work with the Diamond rep to fill out the overage report. And just the labor on that alone adds up. But now I get to track, pack and track to make sure I get my credit and don't get charged for these later. Yep, busy day. Okay, here I am trying to buy at full price a copy of Road of Bones #2 from IDW. It's been 6 weeks that we've been missing it, and I am not the only one that cannot find a near mint. Very fine and fine is the best I can find from any dealers. So here I have a very picky near mint collector and unable to find a better copy for him because of IDW's damage. I instead have to send him a note that says best copy possible, printer problem. IDW strikes again. So previous week's sales, this book has sold out continuously for us. This is pretty much straightened out close to from the bad shipping damage that you saw on, I believe, episode #2. But still not straight enough for the buyer that has 3 or 4 shops in his locality to buy from. And here it is, Monday, July 22nd. Time to pull and reship to Diamond the overages from the last shipment. All of these books had to be processed, entered into inventory, checked in, now checked out, repacked, shipped, and tracked to make sure that I'm not billed for the full amount. The nice thing about it is that I had a couple of copies that I was able to use, and fortunately they do give you the amount bill, so you can bill for some of those, which that's good that they do that, otherwise it would encourage people to not even call them in at all. I want to at least report what happened there. Now the question is why does it take until Monday for them to send me an email with the overage report and the shipping label instead of last week? It's just, I'm curious. I mean, I figured some store needs these, and if they don't, then, you know, why even, I don't know. It just, it seems strange that they would wait until the Monday after the Wednesday when these were reported in. And they were actually reported Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday, it's an entire 7-day span before they're on their way. And it'll be end of the week before they're entered into inventory. So you're looking at 2 weeks out before they can fill into an invoice, which puts them 3 weeks out from the store that they're supposed to go to. It's just so simple to correct the problem before it happens with a double check system. I don't know. Maybe it's just something that can't be done and this is cheaper, but it seems to me like it wouldn't be. Also notice that even when they pull us overages, they damage those. And now the last step, which is to remove from our inventory all this stuff that we checked in. It's the only way to keep track of it. You have to enter it, so now it comes out. By the time this is done, that will have been 1 hour and a half, actually, an hour and a half of my time. And I'm pretty quick at this, so that would have been 2 or 2.5 hours of any other employee's time. So yeah, I'm keeping track. It's about 15 hours this month.